Today's Speed Channel telecast of the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 Atlanta Motor Speedway is not brought to you in part by Grand Prix Cigarettes. Feel the cancer development. Here are the top 28 qualified cars. Clint Bowyer on the pole, with William Byron in second, Kyle Busch in third, Paul Menard with an upset in fourth, and Martin Truex Jr. rounds out the top five. Brad Keselowski in sixth, Denny Hamlin in seventh, Kevin Harvick in eighth, Kyle Larson in ninth, Alex Bowman make the top 10.
Driver, start your engine!
And the green flag is out at Atlanta. Clint Bowyer on the pole, trying to get a bit of a gap between him and third spot of Kyle Busch. Inside line got a much better start than the outside. Kyle Busch up to second, Martin Truex Jr. up to third. Clint Bowyer's now got a 2-car length gap over second spot. Kyle Busch looks low, but Clint Bowyer will lead the first lap. Busch trying to get the lead on the inside line. Dives it into one. Side by side down the back straightaway, trying to go 3 wide. 4 wide. Martin Truex Jr. now the lead. Oh boy. Contact. 24 car upside down. Huge accident on the front straightaway. Martin Truex Jr., the leader, by a pretty good margin over Kyle Larson. Truex will lead us back to the line as the leader, with Larson in second, Clint Bowyer in third, and Daniel Suarez up to fourth. Really should not try going 5 wide in a dog leg of 1.5 miles. Huge impact for the 24 car. Hits the wall almost dead on with his right rear tire. Violently flips upside down. 17 cars got a little bit of damage. 4 also has damage. 20 significant damage. 4 car almost flips. A lot of cars piled in at the end there, such as Derek Cope. For the second week in a row, early race crashes. And the first car off pit road is going to be Martin Truex Jr. over Denny Hamlin and Eric Almirola. Kyle Busch with a little bit of damage on the right side of his car. Really only have to get the fenders pulled out. A lot of cars with damage, but not very many of them are completely out of the race. I would assume the 24 car will be retired pretty soon. Currently, the only cars out of the race are Parker Kligerman, Corey LaJoie, and Derek Cope. So I would assume that Derek Cope would probably be knocked out of the chase due to this. I don't know exactly who to blame in this accident. Really, 5 or 6 cars there seemed like they wanted to wreck. Martin Truex Jr. has an issue. As the leader, as we take the restart for stage 1, he's practically stopped on the racetrack. Oh no. Crash again. 47 car got turned by the 18 because of the stopped 19 car. Now Denny Hamlin is the leader over Eric Almirola. Almirola's looking low, trying to get the lead as they race back to the line. Off 4. It's going to be Almirola at the line. Martin Truex Jr. just stopped completely on the racetrack. Really nobody had anywhere to go at that point. They really wrecked each other to avoid from plowing straight into the 19 car. 43 did get slight damage. Maybe it's a little bit more than slight. Still very unfortunate for the 19 car, who had a random mechanical failure as the leader trying to take the restart. First car off pit road will be Clint Boyer, retaking the lead over Kyle Larson and Jimmy Johnson. Martin Truex Jr. is now back on the racetrack, so not really sure what that issue was that caused his car to stall trying to retake the green flag. Once again, we are green at Atlanta. Martin Truex Jr. being the only car lapped down as restarted on the inside line of the leader. A little bit of contact going on at the back between the 20 and the 37. Kyle Larson trying to take the lead over Boyer. Clint Boyer still the leader. Ryan Newman now going for it, 3 wide for the lead. At the line, it's going to be Boyer once again with the lead. Newman really dove it into 1. All the way from 3rd to now the top spot. Boyer looks low. Dives it into 1. And still the momentum on the high line is working well for the 6 car. Clint Boyer now edges the 6 for the lead at the moment. Newman really drove it hard on the outside line into 3. And retains the lead. 10 car of Eric Almirola got a huge run on the 6 of Newman through 3 and 4 and is now retaking the lead. Eric Almirola trying to get redemption over his lap 1, turn 1 crash and 2 other crashes which ended in a flip at Phoenix. This is an absolute battle between the 19 and 10 just to stay on the lead lap. Two cars of almost equal speed. Ten pulled in front of the 19 that time by. Now Martin Truex Jr. has been put down 1 lap. Now only 2 to go in stage 1. Almirola's got a pretty big gap over Truex now, and an even larger gap, about 1.5 seconds over Kurt Busch. Only 1 to go in stage 1. The 95 car of Matt DiBenedetto has lost 4th gear. He is now out of the race. Truex now trying to get a run on the 10. Not enough time. Martin Truex Jr. will stay down 1 lap. And Eric Almirola has won stage 1 at Atlanta. Eric Almirola has won the race off pit road, with Kurt Busch in 2nd and Paul Menard in 3rd. And we are green for stage 2. Eric Almirola still has the lead over Kurt Busch and Paul Menard. Eric goes low. Contact between the 21 and 1 cars. Suarez going 3 wide on the inside. Kurt Busch with a huge run on the outside line has now taken the lead. Kurt Busch will lead at Atlanta. Paul Menard up to 2nd. A lot of bumping and banging in this middle pack, directly behind the 2 leaders. Ryan Newman is now into 2nd. Truex got a run under the 1 car in the middle of 2. He clears him. Martin Truex Jr. has just unlapped himself. Kyle Larson has now caught his teammate Kurt Busch and is now trying to make a move towards the lead. Paul Menard onto the outside of the leader. Paul Menard is now the leader, but not for very long. And a mechanical issue on the 21 car. The caution is now out for the stopped number 21 car on the back straightaway. Martin Truex Jr. is first off pit road, but of the cars on the lead lap, Kurt Busch is first off with Chase Elliott and Eric Almirola. And the green is out with only 3 to go in stage 2. Kurt Busch still the leader. Contact between the 47-21. Kurt Busch still the leader. Daniel Suarez up to second. Daniel Suarez is now the leader. Got blocked by the 19 of Truex. Chase Elliott on the outside of Kurt Busch. Elliott led that lap. White flag in stage 2. Kurt Busch got a huge run through turns 1 and 2 to gap the 9 car by about a car length. Off 4, and Kurt Busch is going to win stage 2. Green flag is out for the final stage at Atlanta. Once again, the 21 car has been blocked behind the 47. Kurt Busch, still the leader over now Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott will lead that lap over Kurt Busch. Once again, Busch really dives it into turn 1. It can get about a car length gap over the 9 car. Kevin Harvick, with absolutely no rear end on his car, has driven his way up to 7th. So a great job for wrecking on lap 3. Clint Bowyer has now taken the lead over Kurt Busch with help from Chase Elliott. Busch got a huge run on the outside in turn 2 to retain the lead. Bowyer going to the high line. Got a run on Kurt Busch. Still on the outside trying to fight for the lead. 3 wide. Almost. Chase Elliott tried to make it 3 wide for the lead. As now Clint Bowyer has taken the lead on lap 74 of 130. 3 wide for second. Now Kurt Busch trying to take the lead again. Now Kurt Busch has retaken the lead on lap 78. 3 wide for third. Daniel Suarez still holds third spot, but is challenging his teammate Clint Boyer for second. Suarez now up to second spot. Clint Boyer trying to take the lead. All the way down almost onto the apron. Trying to break the side draft of the one car. '41 car had to check out big time in the apex of 3 and 4. Clint Boyer now back in the top spot. Kyle Larson going for it. 15 car Ross Chastain slightly blocking the 14. Kyle Larson has now taken the lead. 14 car of Clint Boyer is coming down the pit road with the 4 and the 9. 42, 10, and 1 stay out. This should be their final stop for this race. And the 46 car of Joey Gase is going to slightly block the 42, and is going to let the 10 car of Eric Almirola pull away. Almirola's pitting this time by with Kurt Busch. 42 stays out. Since the 42 and 18 cars have not yet made their pit stop, there is now only 4 cars on the lead lap. Kyle Busch has now come down pit road. 42 car Larson still on the racetrack. The only cars still on the lead lap are Kyle Larson and Eric Jones. Eric Jones has now come down pit road. And Larson will be coming down this time by. We have a caution out. Caution flag is out. Here's why the caution came out. The 43 car was a slow lap car, and the 3 car ran up on it extremely quickly because it was under full power and just slammed the 43 up into the outside wall, along with David Reagan. 20 car has had a mechanical failure, so that means he will likely be out of the race. That caution caused by the 3 and 43 cars was the exact phantom caution that the 42 car needed. Because he stayed out about 15 laps extra, means he lapped about half the field. Now only 24 cars are still on the lead lap. And with the retirement of Eric Jones, only 23. Kyle Larson is the leader by about a whole lap over the entire field. Second spot is Jimmy Johnson over Cody Ware. So he was saved by that phantom caution. And then Clint Boyer in fourth. Green flag is out, only 30 to go. A lot of rubbing going on in this pack, caused by all these slow cars. What a mess. 5 wide. That's not going to work. 4 wide in 2 rows. Kyle Larson is the leader by 30 seconds over his teammate Kurt Busch, as now Clint Boyer goes for second. The huge run through turns 1 and 2. Now has second spot by about 2 car lengths over the 1 car. And the 12 car has left oil on the racetrack. That's going to cause another caution and ruin the 42 car of Larson's strategy. Clint Boyer trying to get second over Denny Hamlin. He gets it. Clint Boyer now in second. When the 12 car left oil on the racetrack, the 38 car of David Reagan got into it and slammed into his right side. So a few cars went down pit road this time. Clint Boyer gets off pit road first with Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, and Eric Almirola being the only 4 takers. So we're going to restart with only 15 laps to go. Kyle Larson the leader over his teammate Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin in third spot. And the green flag is back out at Atlanta. Kyle Larson gets a bit of a jump over his teammate. Kurt Busch practically shoving Kyle Larson through turns 1 and 2. Looking low. Not quite. Kurt Busch really backed up turns 3 and 4. Now onto the outside of the 42 car. Kyle Busch with an issue. 3 wide for the lead between the Ganassi cars and Denny Hamlin. Kurt Busch on the high line. He's going to get the lead and lead lap 116. Denny Hamlin looking low, trying to go 2 in a row after winning at ISM Raceway. Kurt Busch led that lap. Really dives it through turns 1 and 2. Caution is out. Kurt Busch still leads as we go through turns 3 and 4. Denny Hamlin looking low. And Kurt Busch will still have the lead as they race back to the line. So the caution was brought out by the 51 car, dumping the 46 off of turn 2. Didn't hit anything, but still brought out a caution. Denny Hamlin has a mechanical issue. Under caution. The second Gibbs car to do this. Has no power. And I know why that car shut off. Paul Menard in this final stage has rallied from about 30th spot, now all the way up to the top 5 with less than 10 laps to go, with a real shot at winning. Green flag's back out. 42 car Larson jumping on the outside of the 1. Side by side as they go down into turn 1. Kurt Busch pulling away a little bit by about a car length. Larson's got to run. Where's he going to go with it? To the high side. Allow the 2 car to catch up. 4 wide in the back. And a huge stack up for 8th spot. Paul Menard's got a huge run on 3rd spot. Brad Keselowski up to 2nd. Keselowski trying to challenge for the lead. Kurt Busch got too good of a run. Kurt Busch and Larson are pitting. Austin Dillon is now the leader via pit strategy. Looks like we're about to get a repeat of Auto Club, with Austin Dillon the leader with a charging Kevin Harvick. Harvick, where did he come from? Dillon pulls ahead. Harvick is pitting. Clint Bowyer now onto the high side of Dillon. Bowyer leads with 1 to go. Clint Bowyer's now cleared the 3 car. Dillon with a bit of a run. Not going to be enough. Clint Bowyer wins at Atlanta. Once again, Austin Dillon narrowly misses out on another victory. Hey, but Paul Menard got 3rd, though. And here are the official standings. Clint Bowyer wins the pole and the race at Atlanta. Austin Dillon once again comes up short to a Stewart-Haas car. Paul Menard manages to somehow get a top 3. Eric Almirola in 4th, and Ryan Newman in 5th. Look at Martin Truex Jr.'s rally all the way up to 8th spot. Here are the playoff standings following the 5th race. Clint Bowyer moves up to 3rd in points with his win. Ryan Newman is the highest driver in points without a win. And somehow, Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon, and David Reagan are within the chase. Next race is at Homestead Miami Speedway, right here on Speed.